My name is Emma. I am 20 years old. I live in a small town near the mountains. My life is simple and quiet. I work in a coffee shop every day. I serve coffee and smile at customers. My days are the same, always the same. One cold morning in December, a man walks into the coffee shop. He is tall and handsome. He has dark hair and blue eyes. He smiles at me. My heart beats fast.
Hello, he says.
Can I have a black coffee, please? Of course, I answer. My hands shake a little. His name is David. He comes to the coffee shop every morning after that day. We talk and laugh together. He tells me about his work. He is a salesman. He travels to many cities. He tells me stories about different places. I listen and dream about seeing the world. After 2 months, David asks me a question. Emma, do you want to have dinner with me? I say yes. My heart is so happy. We go to a nice restaurant. We eat delicious food. We talk for hours. David holds my hand. He looks into my eyes. You are special, Emma, he says. Very special. I feel like I am in a dream. Nobody ever says these words to me before. We start dating. Every day is beautiful. David brings me flowers. He takes me to the cinema. He calls me every night before I sleep. I fall in love with him quickly, too quickly maybe. After 6 months, David asks me to marry him. I am so surprised. We are sitting in the park. The sun is setting. The sky is orange and pink. Emma, he says, I love you. Will you marry me? I look at him. I think about my life. I think about my boring job. I think about my small apartment. I think about being alone. Yes, I say. Yes, I will marry you. David puts a ring on my finger.
We kiss.
I am so happy. I believe this is the beginning of my wonderful life. We plan our wedding quickly. David says he does not want to wait. My mother is worried. Emma, she says, you are so young. You only know David for 6 months. Are you sure about this? Yes, Mom, I answer. I am sure. I love him. My mother looks sad, but she does not say anything more. We get married in a small church. My family is there. David's family is there too. I wear a white dress. I feel like a princess. David looks handsome in his black suit. The priest talks about love and marriage. He says marriage is forever. He says we must take care of each other in good times and bad times. Do you, David, take Emma as your wife? The priest asks. I do, David says. Do you, Emma, take David as your husband? The priest asks. I look at David. He smiles at me. I do, I say. Everyone claps.
We kiss.
We are husband and wife now. We have a party with music and dancing. I am the happiest woman in the world. After the wedding, we move into a small house. It is not big, but it is ours. I decorate it with pictures and plants. I cook dinner every evening. David comes home from work. We eat together. We watch television. We go to bed. For the first month, everything is perfect. But then things start to change. David works more and more. He comes home late every night. Sometimes he comes home at 10 o'clock. Sometimes at midnight. Where were you? I ask.
Working, he says.
I have a lot of work.
He does not look at me when he talks.
He goes straight to the bedroom. He does not kiss me anymore. I feel confused. I feel lonely. This is not what I imagined. One evening, I cook a special dinner. I make David's favorite food. I light candles. I wait for him. 7 o'clock passes. 8 o'clock passes. 9 o'clock passes. At 10:30, David finally comes home.
The food is cold now.
I made dinner for you, I say. I already ate, he says. I had a business dinner. My heart breaks a little. You could call me, I say quietly. I was busy, he answers. He sounds angry. Why do you always complain? I do not say anything. I go to the kitchen. I throw away the cold food. Tears fall down my face. The next morning, I wake up alone. David already left for work. He did not say goodbye. I go to work at the coffee shop. My boss, Mrs. Anderson, sees my sad face. Are you okay, Emma? She asks. Yes, I lie. I am fine.
But I am not fine.
I cry in the bathroom during my break. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. David and I do not talk much anymore. We live in the same house, but we feel like strangers. One Saturday morning, David's phone rings. He is in the shower. I see the phone on the table. The name on the screen says Jessica. I do not answer it, but I feel strange. Who is Jessica? When David comes out, I ask him, Who is Jessica? David's face changes. He looks nervous. She is a colleague, he says. Just a colleague from work. She calls you on Saturday morning? I ask. It is about work, he says.
His voice is loud now.
Why do you ask so many questions? Why do you not trust me? He takes his phone and leaves the house. He does not come back until evening. I sit alone in her house. I feel so confused. I feel so sad. Is my husband lying to me? I call my best friend, Sarah. She comes to my house. Emma, she says. You do not look happy. What is happening? I tell her everything. I tell her about David coming home late. I tell her about the phone call. I tell her how lonely I feel. Sarah holds my hand. Emma, she says softly, I think David is hiding something. You need to find out the truth. But how? I ask.
Follow him, Sarah says.
I know it sounds bad, but you need to know. I think about her words all night.
The next Tuesday, I decide to do it. David says he has a late meeting.
I tell him I have to work late too, but I do not. Instead, I wait outside his office building. At 7 o'clock, David comes out. But he is not alone. A woman is with him. She is beautiful. She has long blonde hair. They are laughing together. David puts his arm around her. My heart stops. I cannot breathe. They walk to a restaurant. They go inside. Through the window, I see them sit down. They hold hands across the table. I feel sick. I run away. I run and run. Tears cover my face. I cannot stop crying. My husband is with another woman. My husband does not love me anymore. Maybe he never loved me. I go home. I sit in the dark. I wait for David. He comes home at midnight. Sorry I am late, he says. The meeting was very long. Stop lying. I shout. The words explode from me. I saw you. I saw you with her. David's face turns white. Emma, I can explain. Explain what? I cry. Explain that you are with another woman? Explain that you lied to me?
It is not what you think, he says.
Then what is it? I ask. Tell me the truth. David sits down. He puts his head in his hands. Her name is Jessica, he says quietly. I met her at work 6 months ago. 6 months ago. That is when we got married. I love her, David continues. I am sorry, Emma. I made a mistake. A mistake? I cannot believe his words. Marrying me was a mistake? Yes, he says.
He does not even look at me.
I thought I loved you, but I was wrong. I met Jessica, and I realized she is the one I really love. I feel like someone pushed a knife into my heart. Then why did you marry me? I ask. I do not know, he says. I thought it was the right thing to do. We were already engaged. Everyone was happy. I could not stop it. So you married me while you loved someone else? My voice is shaking. David does not answer. That is my answer. I want a divorce, he says. Those 4 words destroy me. I fall to the floor. I cry so hard I cannot breathe. David stands up. I will sleep at a hotel tonight, he says. We can talk about this later. He leaves. The door closes. I am alone. I cry all night. I cry until I have no more tears. Part 6. My mother was right. The next morning, I go to my mother's house. When she opens the door, she sees my face and knows something is very wrong. Emma, what happened? I tell her everything. Every painful detail. She holds me while I cry. Oh, my dear daughter, she says. I am so sorry. You were right, Mom, I say. You told me I was too young. You told me I did not know him well enough. But I did not listen. I was so stupid. You are not stupid, my mother says. You are young. You believed in love. That is not stupid. But now my life is ruined. I cry. I married the wrong man. I regret marrying him so much. Every day I regret it. If I could go back in time, I would say no. I would not marry him. My mother wipes my tears. You cannot change the past, she says. But you can change your future. You're only 21 years old. Your life is not over. This is just the beginning. I do not believe her words, but I want to. David and I start the divorce process. It is long and painful. We have to divide everything. The house, the furniture, the money. We meet with lawyers. We sign papers. We do not look at each other. I find out more about Jessica. She is 25 years old. She is a manager at David's company. She is everything I am not: confident, successful, sophisticated. Why was I not enough? I ask David one day. Emma, stop, he says. This does not help. I need to know, I say. What is wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you, he says. We are just different people. We want different things. You never told me what you wanted, I say. You never talked to me. You just lied and lied. David looks tired. I know, he says. I am sorry. I really am. I never wanted to hurt you. But you did hurt me, I say. You destroyed me. 6 months after that terrible night, our divorce is final. I am no longer Mrs. Emma Taylor. I am just Emma again. I move out of her house. I find a small apartment. It is tiny, but it is mine. David keeps the house. I do not care. I just want to forget everything. The first weeks in my new apartment are very dark. I do not want to get out of bed. I do not want to eat. I do not want to see anyone. Sarah comes to visit me every day. She brings food. She makes me eat. She talks to me even when I do not talk back. Emma, she says one day, you have to live again. You cannot stay in bed forever. Why not? I ask. I have nothing to live for. Yes, you do, Sarah says. You are young. You are smart. You are beautiful. You have your whole life ahead of you. I do not feel young or smart or beautiful. I feel broken. But slowly, very slowly, I start to heal. It is like learning to walk again after a terrible accident. Every step is hard. Every day is a challenge. I go back to work at the coffee shop. Mrs. Anderson is very kind. Take your time, she says. Work when you feel ready. Working helps. When I am busy making coffee and serving customers, I do not think about David. I do not think about Jessica. I do not think about my failed marriage. One day, a woman comes into the coffee shop. She is about 40 years old. She looks familiar. Emma, she says. Is that you? I look at her carefully. Then I remember. She is Mrs. Peterson, my English teacher from high school. Mrs. Peterson, I say. How are you? I am well, she says. But you look sad. What is wrong? We sit down. I tell her my story. She listens carefully. Oh, Emma, she says when I finish. I am so sorry you went through this. I regret everything, I tell her. I regret marrying him. I regret not listening to my mother. I regret trusting him. Mrs. Peterson takes my hand. You know, she says, I was married once too. I married my husband when I was 19. He was not a good man. He drank too much.
He was not kind to me.
After 5 years, I left him. I am surprised. I never knew this about Mrs. Peterson. What happened then? I ask. I was alone for 2 years, she says. I thought my life was over. But then I went back to school. I became a teacher. I met wonderful friends. I learned to be happy by myself. Did you ever get married again? I ask. Yes, she smiles. When I was 32, I met Michael. He is a good man. We have been married for 8 years now. We are very happy. Her words give me a small piece of hope. Do you think I can be happy again? I ask. I know you can, she says. But first, you must forgive yourself. You made a mistake. That is okay. Everyone makes mistakes. It does not mean you are a bad person. I think about Mrs. Peterson's words every day. Slowly, I start to forgive myself. I decide to make changes in my life. I enroll in online classes. I want to learn new things. I take a business course. I take a computer course. I keep my mind busy. At night, instead of crying, I read books. I watch movies. I write in a journal about my feelings. I write, today I regret marrying David a little less than yesterday. I write, today I smiled at a customer and meant it. I write, today I did not think about David for 1 whole hour. Small victories, but they are victories. I also start exercising. Every morning I wake up early and go for a run. The fresh air feels good. My body gets stronger. My mind gets clearer. Sarah convinces me to join a gym. We go together twice a week. I meet new people there.
They do not know about my past.
They just see me as Emma, not as a divorced woman, not as someone who was betrayed. 1 year after my divorce, I get a promotion at the coffee shop. Mrs. Anderson makes me assistant manager. You work hard, Emma, she says. You deserve this. I am proud of myself. This is the first good thing that happened in a long time. With my new salary, I can save money. I start planning for my future. Maybe I can go to college. Maybe I can open my own coffee shop someday. Maybe. One Saturday afternoon, I am working at the coffee shop. The door opens. A man walks in. It is David. My heart stops. I have not seen him in 1 year. He looks different. He looks older. He looks tired. Hello, Emma, he says quietly. Hello, I answer. My voice sounds strange. Can we talk? He asks. I do not want to talk to him, but I say, okay. My break is in 10 minutes. We sit outside at a small table. It is awkward and uncomfortable. How are you? David asks. I am fine, I say. What do you want?
He looks down at his hands.
I wanted to say, I am sorry, he says.
Really sorry. I was terrible to you.
You did not deserve what I did. I do not say anything. I wait. Jessica and I broke up, he continues. 3 months ago. I feel nothing. No happiness. No sadness. Nothing. I made a huge mistake, he says. I lost you. You were good to me. You loved me. And I threw it all away for someone who did not really love me. Why are you telling me this? I ask. Because I want you to know that I regret everything, he says. I regret hurting you. I regret losing you. He looks at me with his blue eyes. Those same blue eyes that made me fall in love with him 2 years ago.
Emma, he says.
Do you think we could try again? I made mistakes, but people change. I changed. I realize now what I lost. For a moment, I do not know what to say. Part of me remembers the good times. Part of me remembers being happy with him. But then I remember the pain. I remember crying alone at night. I remember feeling worthless. I remember how he lied to me again and again. No, I say clearly, we cannot try again. But Emma? No, I repeat. You hurt me, David. You broke my heart. You lied to me. You cheated on me. You made me feel like I was not good enough. I know, and I am so sorry. It took me 1 year to heal. I continue. 1 year to stop crying. 1 year to feel like myself again. I am not going to go back to that dark place. David's eyes fill with tears. I understand, he says quietly. I do regret marrying you, I say. I regret it because I was too young. I did not know what I wanted. I did not know who you really were. But you know what? That regret taught me something important. What? He asks. It taught me that I am strong, I say. It taught me that I can survive pain. It taught me that I do not need someone else to be happy. I can be happy by myself. David nods slowly. You are right, he says. You are strong. Stronger than I ever was. He stands up. Thank you for talking to me, he says. I wish you all the happiness in the world. You deserve it. He walks away. I watch him go. I feel something lift from my chest. Like a heavy weight is finally gone. I do not love him anymore. I do not hate him anymore. I just feel free. 2 years after my divorce, my life is completely different. I am 23 years old now. I am not the same girl who married David. That girl was naive and scared and desperately looking for someone to make her happy. Now I am a woman who knows her own strength. I am the manager of the coffee shop now. Mrs. Anderson retired last year and left the business to me. It is a big responsibility, but I love it. I also started taking evening classes at the community college. I am studying business management. My dream is to own a chain of coffee shops one day. I have new friends. I have hobbies. I take painting classes on Sundays. I join a book club. I volunteer at an animal shelter every Saturday. My life is full and busy and happy. Sometimes I think about David and that difficult time in my life. I do think I regret marrying him. But now, when I say those words, they do not hurt anymore. They are just a fact, like saying the sky is blue. Yes, I regret marrying him. But I do not regret what that experience taught me. One Wednesday morning, a man comes into the coffee shop. He is about my age, maybe a little older. He has kind brown eyes and a warm smile.
Good morning, he says.
I just moved to town. Someone told me this is the best coffee shop here. Welcome, I say, smiling. What would you like? Surprise me, he says. Make me whatever you think is good. I make him my special cappuccino. He takes a sip. This is amazing, he says. You are talented. Thank you, I say. His name is Michael. He is a teacher at the local school. He comes to the coffee shop every morning after that. We start talking. Just friendly conversations at first. He tells me about his students. I tell him about running the coffee shop. He makes me laugh. I feel comfortable with him. One day, he asks me to have dinner with him. I feel nervous. I have not dated anyone since David. I am scared to trust someone again. I do not know, I say. Michael looks at me carefully. If you do not want to, that is okay, he says gently. But I think you are amazing, Emma. I would like to know you better. I think about it for a moment. The old Emma would be too scared. But I am not the old Emma anymore. Okay, I say.
Yes.
Let us have dinner. We go to a nice restaurant. We talk for hours. Michael is kind and funny and honest. He tells me about his life.
He asks about mine.
I was married before, I tell him. I want to be honest from the beginning. It did not work out. I am sorry, Michael says. That must have been hard. It was, I admit, very hard. But I learned a lot about myself. We all have pasts, Michael says. What matters is who we are now. I like his answer. We start dating slowly. Michael is patient. He never pushes me. He respects my boundaries. He listens when I talk. He keeps his promises. This is what love should feel like, I realize. Not desperate and rushed like it was with David, but calm and steady and real. 6 months later, Michael and I are sitting in the park. It is the same park where David proposed to me 3 years ago. But this time, everything feels different. This time, I am different. Emma, Michael says, I need to tell you something. My heart beats fast. But it is not the same feeling I had with David. I am not afraid. I love you, Michael says. I love your strength. I love your kindness. I love how hard you work. I love how you treat people. I love who you are. Tears come to my eyes, but they are happy tears. I love you too, I say. We kiss. It feels right. It feels real. I am not going to ask you to marry me, Michael says.
Not now.
Not until you are completely ready. I know you've been hurt before. I do not want to rush you into anything. I smile. This is exactly what I need to hear. Thank you, I say, for understanding. We sit together, holding hands, watching the sunset. I think about the girl I was 3 years ago. The girl who said yes to David so quickly because she was lonely and scared and wanted someone to save her. I do not need saving anymore. I saved myself. Yes, I regret marrying David. I regret not waiting. I regret not knowing myself better before I made such a big decision. But I do not regret the lessons I learned. I do not regret becoming the person I am today. Now I am 24 years old. Michael and I are still together. We are happy, but we take our time. We are not in a hurry. Sometimes young women come into the coffee shop and tell me about their boyfriends. Sometimes they tell me about wedding plans. When they are very young, when they seem rushed, I gently share my story. I got married when I was 20. I tell them. I regret marrying him. Not because he was a bad person, but because I was too young. I did not know myself yet. I did not know what I really wanted in life. Some listen. Some do not. That is okay. Everyone must learn their own lessons. My mother visits me often. She is proud of me. Look at you, she says. You are strong. You are independent. You are happy. I learned from my mistakes, I tell her. That is what life is about, she says. We all make mistakes. The important thing is we learn and grow. She is right. I do regret marrying David. I regret it every time I think about those dark days. But I do not let that regret control my life anymore. Instead, I use it as a reminder to be careful, a reminder to know myself, a reminder that I am enough all by myself. Love is beautiful when it is right, but it cannot fix a broken person. We must fix ourselves first. Now, when I look in the mirror, I see a strong woman, a woman who survived pain, a woman who learned from her mistakes, a woman who knows her worth. Yes, I regret marrying him, but I do not regret who I became because of it. And that makes all the difference. Now that you've seen the whole story, we would really appreciate it if you rate it from 1 to 10 in the comments. Your thoughts help us improve and make sure we bring you the kind of stories you truly enjoy.